All right. Why are fighting games not more popular?
Yeah, this came about because a lot of people are. I've been seeing a lot of stuff online on Twitter and stuff of people talking about like fighting games are not a good product, so to speak. But I'm trying to determine why. Because any reason people generally give on why a fighting game is not more popular, I can give a response that would show otherwise.
Right.
Like a lot of people say fighting games are not popular because they're difficult. When why do Souls games sell like hotcakes?
Yeah,
Souls games are known for being difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that. Then someone will say, "Oh, well, it's people just don't like losing." But 2K,
Souls again. But you said Souls again.
Yeah.
Souls, 2K, COD, Madden, like people lose all the time in those games.
Mm-hmm.
They sell like hotcakes. People try to say complexity. Learning how to play video fighting games is too complex. One, modern controls take care of input complexity.
2K's become very complex too. If you really want to play it,
that's where I was going to next.
Yeah,
2K and Madden are very complex games.
Mm-hmm. People just play simply.
They just play it simply, which you can do in a fighting game. If you button mash, you're playing simply.
Yeah.
So, what is it that is not causing it to become more popular? I don't know what the answer is.
I think where it started was, it started back in the 2000s. I think when online really took off, I think a lot of people stopped playing fighting games. You know, like when Halo came out, there was like a 10-year period where there was no Street Fighter at all. All there was Tekken. And I guess some Dead or Alive and stuff like that. But I think people just kind of fell out of it, honestly. I think it's more of an older thing. But
even then, after the original fighting game boom of Street Fighter 2 era, I say once you get past Tekken 1, once you hit about the Tekken 2 era, fighting games became niche. Once the arcade started dying down and it became more of a home console market, that's when fighting games became more niche. But my question is why? You would think the introduction of the internet and stuff like that would cause it to boom again, because now I don't even got to go somewhere to play it.
So, as a person who really doesn't play fighting games, now I can't speak for everyone because I'm the type of person, as y'all know, I get sick of games very fast.
Right.
And I'll just put them down and just won't touch them again. So fighting games don't work for me because I'll never really get that good at them because I don't want to put it in the time to practice and try to get better. It's like I play a game for a couple months and then I'm like, all right, I'm done here. But for me, fighting games were much better when it was couch co-op.
Yeah.
I don't want to play online. I get for a lot of people that's fun, but for me, like, if it was like I'm coming over your house and you're like, cool, let's play, and we throw it on and we're shit talking and having fun, that was when fighting games was like peak for me.
Okay.
Like I said, I spoke about it plenty of times on here when we was all over my cousin's house and there was just all the kids from the neighborhood and we're just packed into his house and we're ordering pizza and all the bull crap and we were just playing Power Stone the entire weekend. Like, that's what was fun. It wasn't necessarily the game itself. It was the game itself. It was obviously fun, but it was the camaraderie of it. So then now I think you take that and then you move it online for me. And it's kind of like, I don't really want that. Like, I want to be able to see my friend's face when I'm beating them.
Yeah.
or vice versa.
It's just a change of times now, unfortunately. And I know
Yeah.
you just brought up a little bit ago about the losing thing. One thing I have noticed over here in the western part of the world, we don't like losing.
Yeah, but
It's bad, dude. Like
I get it, but you see it. The UFC games immensely popular. People play. There's millions upon millions of people playing that.
I played that game for a month and I was done.
The boxing games, millions upon millions play those games. Like 2K and Madden. People play those games almost exclusively PvP.
What do they do? Balance patches in those games? I have no idea. That's what I'm really asking. Like, because when we play when fighting games over here now, if you instead of you just figuring out why you lost, what's the first thing people say? This character's broken.
Yep.
This character needs nerf. And I've said it. I've done it multiple times, and I'm like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe it's actually me not figuring out what the fuck is going on. Like, But over in Japan, it's like they lose, but they get frustrated, but they figure out what the problem is. We don't do that here. They get mad.
I get what Malik's saying because think about how popular Rivals is.
Mm-hmm.
You lose a lot in Rivals.
And they cry
how popular Fortnite is. You're still losing. Yeah, they cried, but they continue to play it and they continue to come back.
And it continues to all of these games, everything that people complain about fighting games on why they don't usually play them.
Right.
I can give you easily other examples of games that have those same type of things, but they're immensely more popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know what the answer is to making it more popular. Like I said, the UFC game. Let's see how many. It takes C5.
Yeah, what are you talking
about? It takes a second for UFC 5 has sold
1 million copies.
1 million copies in opening week.
Oh, yeah, that's an opening week.
Opening week. It's Street Fighter 6 just recently announced they hit 7 million copies 3 years down the line. So UFC is
but UFC can stand on the actual UFC events.
Right.
And the playability of your favorite fighter. So whereas fighting games, there's no real person attached to it.
Okay.
I'm just saying maybe that helps. Maybe someone will buy the game like, oh man, I want to
play as Israel Adesanya or whatever. Yeah, I get that, but once again, when you point at stuff like Fortnite and COD and stuff, and they're all fictional characters.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that immensely popular when, especially early Fortnite, where building was must before they got the no build mode?
Mm-hmm.
It still went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And had crazy number of people playing it. Rainbow Six Siege is incredibly difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's incredibly difficult.
There's a lot to do in that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's still, I would say it's more popular than any given fighting game. But why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I can only tell you why I really don't. But then again, when the new Dead or Alive drops, I'm probably going to play it. Because I grew up liking those games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I meant to play Street Fighter. Oh, actually, I had the demo, but then I never just bought it.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, I don't know.
Is it a lack of single player content?
That could be it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it this way. Mortal Kombat did decently in sales.
Yeah, it did.
And obviously, y'all said there's not a lot of pro players, so what does it seem like a lot of people are doing?
And
Playing the story mode.
And that was one of the best things about Mortal Kombat.
Was the story mode.
The
Yeah,
story
exactly.
modes, yeah.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat 6.2 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so absolutely, yeah. It was, the story mode, because that's what saved Mortal Kombat, like doing that part that brought it back. Because obviously during the 2000s there were some bad Mortal Kombat, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Mortal Kombat sells, but I'm just like,
and I'm thinking maybe that's because of the story mode.
Is it though? Like Mortal Kombat 11 sold over 15 million copies.
Well, also I think that helped because of the DLC they had in the game.
Yeah,
that
the DLC definitely helped
a lot. But also Mortal Kombat is big over here, opposed to over there. So, people still like gore and stuff like that. You know, and so that's why it sells over. And I just think also is just the cultures too. Like obviously Street Fighter does way better in Japan than it does over here now.
Yeah.
I mean, even back over there, they go over there too. But but I do feel like if older people our age still play Street Fighter like how they did back then, I think it still will be popular. But a lot of people our age don't even play Street Fighter like that anymore.
Do you think
we do, but like, you know what I mean? But like older cousins and stuff, they don't really play games like that anymore. A lot of them don't.
Do you think for them, or a portion of them, losing the arcade controller was a problem?
Just losing arcades in general, you mean? Or just...
Yeah, but just like, even like, of course, like Malik has the arcade,
the
like
fight,
the little
fight sticks,
the fight, but do you think losing that played a role in that for some people? Because to go from like this to like this is, you know what I mean?
I could see that affecting some people, but honestly, when you have like Street Fighter 2 sold millions upon millions on just the Super Nintendo version alone, that didn't have an arcade stick. You used like every video game that sold. Like, let's look up the best-selling fighting games. Best-selling fighting games of all time. Smash Brothers. These are franchises. I want individual games. Like Mortal Kombat sold 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Like Street Fighter, I think this is across all titles, not just individual games.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking like I just don't understand how, cuz Mortal Kombat, yeah, it had a story mode but original Mortal Kombat didn't.
Well,
it didn't get a good story mode until 9.
Yeah, I think the original was just the difference of the blood and gore.
Just the addition of the blood. Yeah, I get that. But like before MK9, the stories were mediocre at best. So I just don't get what the draw is. Like single player, like I just don't think single player content can't be the drawing factor when almost most high selling games are very strong online games. Like COD. No one's buying COD for single player.
Those are shit.
No one.
I don't know. The No Russian was fire.
Yes.
That was Modern Warfare back in what, 2006?
Yeah, something like that.
Like back then, online gameplay was iffy.
So But when you're comparing it to games like that and 2K and even Madden, maybe instead of them releasing new DLCs, they need to just release new games every year, but it's the same game. And then you'll get people to keep buying.
Yep.
But even still, it's not like Madden is getting 1 million every year. It's getting 20 million every fucking year.
Yeah.
Where Street Fighter can't get 20 million, period.
Right.
Like, so I'm just trying to understand where the gap is that can draw in more people. Because, like I said, there's so many people that are super competitive in video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's very competitive UFC players. There's very competitive, like, Madden players, 2K players. You see it all the time where they're hyper competitive, and there's a lot of people that play that way. But why isn't it as big with fighting games? I just don't get where the disconnect is.
I don't know. That's a good question, though.
Because, I mean, everyone wants to see the game genres that they're into,
Yes,
thrive. And I would be interested in seeing fighting games reach that old early 90s level where you're selling tens of millions of copies of a game because it's that popular. Right. Doesn't have to be the detriment of any other game. Just, people will always buy multiple games. So I just don't know what can be done to draw in those other people. Is it marketing? I don't think it's marketing, because Madden doesn't really market to any fucking body, and yet it sells all the goddamn time. Yeah. And I get Madden and 2K, or like Quintin said, people want to play as their favorite players, right, teams, etc. I get that part, but that can't be the only thing that's driving all of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Madden does the chat. They send Chad Johnson around. That's about it.
Madden ratings, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. No, I mean, you have a point.
Yeah.
But I just
I'm just saying, it just can't be the only. I just think there has to be a way that can generate interest in people. And we mentioned this before. It might be getting a mainstream guest character that will draw in a bunch of people. Someone like how we mentioned how if Goku arrived on Street Fighter, that shit will sell.
Yeah.
Just because it's Goku.
Because it's Goku. But will that sell enough? Like Dragon Ball Fighters sold how many? 10 million units. So definitely one of the best fighting games ever sold. So I'm just like,
Jump Force sold 3.85 million,
and that game sucked.
Garbage.
Yeah.
So maybe it is just name recognition. So if, for example, this Street Fighter movie that's coming out later this year, I would say Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat 1's dead, so we won't mention that. So if the Street Fighter movie to come out later this year, if it's good somehow, if it's good and does well in theaters and streaming after all of that, could that cause a spike since it now gives name recognition to the casual?
It could. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? It really could, because I mean, think about off topic a little bit, but when Cyberpunk dropped their anime, they said their sales spiked because everyone jumped back. Like everyone's like, okay, Cyberpunk dropped an anime, now I want to go play the game. Yeah. So
yeah.
So
they hit 20 million right after the Edge Runners premiere.
Yeah.
Marketing.
But what was the sales numbers right before? Sold 13 million copies in 2 weeks after its launch.
Yeah.
So it's saying it sold about 2 million copies in 5 months. Because they said April of that year, they was at 18 million.
But even 2 million copies just off of an anime, that's pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
You just said Street Fighter reached what, 7?
I think Street Fighter announced they reached 7 at some point last year.
So another 2 million would be a good help, a good pickup. You know what I mean?
6 million sales. Okay. They hit 5 million in June. So I'm just like it sold 1 million units within 5 days after launch, but it pretty much trickled a little bit after that. I'm just like, so is it? So I guess it would have to be something like an anime or a movie generating interest.
And not like that terrible Tekken anime. With the stupid triangle shadows. That pissed me off. Oh my God, did that piss me off? It's on Netflix.
I'm trying to remember if I watched
awful. And
I know I saw the terrible movie.
Whoever did the lighting for that needs to be shot in both kneecaps. You never seen it? They just drew triangles on every single person. And that was the shadows. Didn't matter where they were, what time of day, nothing. Just every character. It was awful.
I don't think I watched that anime.
It's terrible. I was complaining about it in our text message group. I want you to see,
Here, I'll try to pull it up here. You said the Tekken anime?
Yeah. Look at this. I don't know if you can see from,
You're talking about the one from the late 90s, right?
No.
Oh,
the most recent
one. No, I ain't talking about the one from the 90s was horrible, too. What's up with that paw?
Look at it. Every character. Just a triangle. No reason.
Oh.
It pissed me off so much. I was like, I hate this. He's outside. They're inside.
Hey, Hachi, what is that?
Every character all the time. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's bad.
All the time. It was horrible.
Another triangles.
It was horrible.
Triangle.
It pissed me
that's bad.
off.
Triangle.
You laughing, but I watched this and I was getting madder and madder. Like, the more I watched, I was like, I hate this. I hate whoever did the lighting for this. That makes no sense.
Shoot the kneecaps.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is horrible.
It's absolutely terrible. And they did it. It was the entire show.
Oh, man. That is hilarious.
It said the king of triangle shadow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think that helped their sales.
Yeah.
Nah.
So, yeah, I remember when I watched it a couple years ago. I messaged. I was like, "Is anyone else watching this? This is pissing me off." And I think Darren said he was watching it or something like that.
Terrible.
No, man, that is definitely terrible. But yeah, I just want to see. I want to see fighting games thrive.
It could be just like you said. It could be just the recognition. Just people get people excited, or you know what I mean, something that they want to play. Or one of their favorite streamers has to play the game.
Yeah.
that seems to be the way with this new
Yeah,
generation.
absolutely,
Like,
yep.
if I show Speed, like, oh yeah, I'm playing this today, all of a sudden you'll have 1 million people go
Yep.
buy it.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, maybe SNK needs to pay I Show Speed, or who's the big one? Is Ninja still big? I don't know if
I don't
he's
know,
even around anymore.
I don't know, yeah.
Kai, I don't know if he plays video games or not. I don't
he
follow
did.
him,
He did. What's it called? I know that. I don't watch it, but I just Elden Ring.
Okay.
He did do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're paying OnlyFans, girl.
Oh my god.